Chelsea Lyons, my life, my journey, my story.
So July marks a year and a half after the most difficult decision I've ever had to make. 1 year ago, I lost the love of my life, an engagement, an 8-year relationship. I left behind shared hopes, dreams, a future with the one person in this world that knew me better than anyone else. I lost more than that relationship this time last year. I lost my best friend, and more importantly, I lost myself. July marks a year and a half of making one of the best decisions I've ever made. A year and a half ago, I sought after and pursued a relationship with the Lord. I found the love of my life. I gained a relationship that is everlasting. I gained new hopes, dreams, and a future for myself. I met someone who has known me my entire life and knows the depth of me. More importantly, I found myself. Even in the midst of the toughest terrain, new growth arises. My journey from this last year hasn't been easy. I'll be the first to admit that I'm weak. I have pain, experience sadness, feel vulnerable, question my decisions. I've experienced so much joy, yet so much heartache. A parallel universe where one emotion doesn't fit with the other. This month has been hard. Flashbacks of a life I once had with a person I once shared it with. Yet keeping my eyes gaze forward to the promise of something better. A year and a half ago, I knew it wasn't right marrying him. A single whisper in my heart that repeatedly lingered in every thought. This isn't it. There's something greater. It's hard to be so in love with something, so intertwined with something, especially when it's a human being. I lost myself within another man, my identity, just everything about me and who I was and who I stood for. And there, with that came a lot of emptiness. It's like this conflicting thought that you're so madly in love, everything is perfect, everything is great, but for some reason you just feel empty. And you start to look at your life and go, okay, well, what needs to get changed? What needs to be fixed? Because obviously that person or this activity, they're making me unhappy. So for a long time, I dealt with and battled with depression and this empty feeling that just sat inside of me, and I saw every avenue possible to fill that up, and I couldn't find it. I couldn't find it anywhere I went. I always just had this lingering, just emptiness inside my soul. And I can say that once I realized what the answer was, and it was God, and it made me really understand my foundation got rocked. And from there it had to get broken apart and split in half and shaken up, because in there that's where growth needed to happen and a new foundation needed to be set. I had to let go of the past. I had to let go of my identity. I had to let go of my dream, everything that I formulated, everything that I built up. It was my world and I was in control of it. And the minute that I let that go, my whole world changed. I remember going to, it was in the midst of the first week that we had ended our engagement. I was just so broken. I was at the end of myself. Felt like I didn't have anything. I lost everything that I had built up, my world. And I stumbled upon a church service at City Central. I walked in all by myself. I was so desperate and hungry for God that I didn't care who saw me crying, who was in there, what they would think of me. I needed God so badly that I walked in by myself. I sat down and I just knew there was something different. That's the first time that I really experienced God in that capacity. The message was all about love.
It is approximately 6:41. We're at the edge of Oregon, California. We're literally at the edge of California. We drove real far and then slept in the car. Yep. There was no hotels except for 2 miles away. Dutch Bros. Okay. We just got really sad because we saw Dutch Bros because we need coffee really bad. Yeah. How are you feeling, Chelsea?
You know what? I'm feeling rocked. I'm ready.
Yes.
We're going. We don't know how.
we're going. You know, we realize we don't have enough hours in the day tomorrow to be able to make it home